In Inferno 5, Dante lists a series of classical and medieval women and men who inhabit the circle of the lustful in hell. Dido is the second in this list that includes Semiramis, Cleopatra, and Helen of Troy, but also the Trojan Paris and Tristan. Although she isn't mentioned by name at first, the myth told in Virgil's Aeneid would have been strongly evocative for his medieval readers. The two lines in Inferno 5 go like this. Here is she who broke faith with the ashes of Sichaeus and slew herself for love. Dido will only be invoked by name a little bit later when the spirits of Paolo and Francesca emerge from her troupe and descend to speak with the pilgrim. In this video, I will speak briefly about the story of Dido and its importance for Dante for representing the dangers of unbridled desire in this canto. In the stories handed down from antiquity, Dido is said to be the founder and queen of the Phoenician city of Carthage, located in modern-day Tunisia. Virgil recounts that Dido was married to Sichaeus, who was treacherously killed by Dido's tyrannical brother Pygmalion. This led her to flee the city of Tyre in Lebanon and to found Carthage in northern Africa. There she is a dedicated ruler, a fair ruler, and she vows never to marry again in order to preserve the memory of her late husband. At the beginning of the Aeneid, Aeneas takes shelter in Carthage to escape a deadly storm. There he recounts to Dido the events of his voyage up until his arrival in Carthage. With the divine intervention of Venus, of course, Dido falls in love with Aeneas and is seen by her subjects as betraying her oath to the memory of her dead husband. At first, Aeneas is inclined to return Dido's love, and at one point, after they consummate it in a cave, Dido is even given to thinking that they are married. In the poem, Dido is depicted as behaving erratically and not fulfilling her responsibilities to her city as a ruler because of her love for Aeneas. Towers half built, for example, are said to rise no more. Dido gives herself over completely to her passion for Aeneas, and she is unworried about how this might be perceived by her subjects and her allies. One major problem for her, in fact, is that as an excuse for not remarrying, she has given her oath to Sichaeus. One of her most powerful suitors, when he observes her with Aeneas, prays to Jupiter, who then sends Mercury to remind the Trojan hero of his duty. Soon Aeneas determines that he must leave to resume his journey, and Dido confronts him and reminds him of her love. She reminds him that she has given up her good name out of love for him. Aeneas responds by acknowledging, of course, that they are in love, but he denies that they have sealed it with any sort of marriage pact. He cites his destiny to found a new Troy as reason enough for his departure. This causes Dido to go mad with rage from unrequited love. She has a pyre built to burn everything that Aeneas has touched. When she sees the Trojan fleet departing, she curses Aeneas and his descendants and predicts, in some, the historical animosity between the future Rome and Carthage. She then throws herself on the fire, lying on the bed she had shared with Aeneas, and kills herself in a very masculine way by falling on Aeneas' sword. This story, which is told in books 1 and 4 of the Aeneid, juxtaposes Aeneas' pious devotion to his God-given destiny to found Rome, and Dido's reckless desire, which causes her to deny just governance to her city. In the background, readers are reminded of the historical opposition between Rome and Carthage, which led to the complete destruction of the African city. Dido is an example of a strong woman with qualities that were normally reserved for men in Roman society. She is a temperate and just ruler who is able to speak well and lead an entire society. Her downfall is caused by an ill-fated or disastrous love affair that is depicted as the fault of the gods. In fact, her wild passion goes against all of the qualities that she naturally possesses. In losing herself to love, She not only loses her life, but she damns the entire civilization that she has founded. The love affair between Dido and Aeneas acts as a foil for the destiny-driven foundation story of the Aeneid. Wild, unrestrained desire is juxtaposed to virtuous restraint and self-denial. This story is important background for the depiction of desire in Inferno 5. For one, it highlights the political fallout that occurs when desire is not held properly in check.